If you don't know any better, you won't do any better. And there's a group of people who quite literally profit off of the ignorance of idiots, including myself. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I've made plenty of mistakes. I've been wrong before. And I'm coming to you guys humbly and I'm saying, look, I've been wrong. I've made mistakes and I'm about to say and document the mistakes I've made so that other people can avoid them. There's an industry that on the outside seems like they want your best intention, but on the inside, it's so evil. They tell you, oh, here's this, when the real issue's over there. You know what they tell you? Your hand is on a pot and it's burning. It's so hot. And you feel the pain. Instead of them telling you, move your hand, because that's the issue, they give you a pill so that you don't feel the pain anymore. The symptoms go away, but your hand is still burning. Your hand is still burning, but they give you a pill so you don't feel the symptoms. Guess what? Okay, I cannot feel the pain, but my hand is gonna fall off eventually, right? I'm gonna die eventually. So when these people willingly give overweight, obese, depressed people Ozempic, guess what? It's taking away the symptoms, but their hand is still in pain. Their body is still in pain. So if they're willing to do that with Ozempic, really? You don't think they're willing to do that with every other pill, every other thing they give you? I mean, they're making billions of dollars. It would be pretty naive to assume, oh yeah, these people care about my health when they're profiting literally billions and trillions of dollars off of the ignorance of people. Telling them, oh, this is how you're gonna fix your health. Don't eat red meat. Don't get more sunlight. What you need is pills. Yes. You need pills with a bunch of chemicals. Because your body is not perfect, right? I mean, what do I believe? I believe that God created my body perfectly. So if he created my body perfectly, if something is wrong in my body and I get a sickness, there's a cause to it. There's a cause. There's a reason why I have that. Why do they call it disease? It's because it's dis-ease. Your body is at dis-ease. And my boy Mauro told me about this. I'm not taking credit for all this information. He's the one who opened my eyes. He's the one who told me all of this. Because literally just 2 months ago, 3 months ago, I didn't have any idea. And I was speaking with Mauro yesterday and we're talking about these conversations. I'm like, bro, most people don't know about this. People don't know about this. And if you don't know something, you're not going to do better. If you don't know better, you're not going to do better. The pharmaceutical industry was started in the 1920s by a group of men, right? That's when this whole thing started. When they started pulling you away from eating red meat. That's when they started pasteurizing milk. That's when GMO food started. The Industrial Revolution. Breakfast. Pancakes. What do they push out for breakfast? It's all sugary bullshit. French toast. Cereal. Eggo waffles. That's what you need, right? You need breakfast. You need sugar for breakfast. Up your cortisol. Oh, if you have cancer, how about we put you in a room with a bunch of radiation? Bro, do you really think radiation is good for you on any level, especially that harshly on your skin? When you really start to do more research, you really start to dig deep, you start to realize that deception is how they win. The enemy's always going to try to destroy us. The enemy's always going to try to get to us. Mess with our head. Infiltrate our health. Infiltrate our headspace. The enemy's always going to try. And the truth is, the best way to know if you're on the right path is if you're going against what is societally accepted. And it's funny, I'm talking with my boy Mauro yesterday, right? And we're talking about how, yes, a lot of the things in our world is set up against us, right? It's set up for us to lose, right? You know, they just want to breed a bunch of copies of each other. They try to remove our individuality. They want all of us to be the same. I mean, look at the education system. It hasn't evolved in over 100 years. And look at the people who created the education system. Look at their motives behind it, why they wanted it, right? And look, these topics are very deep and intricate. Yes, I graduated high school. Yes, I'm going to college right now. I'm taking online classes, but I'm still aware of these things. And I have a conscious mind of, okay, a lot of these things aren't, you know, they aren't truly about what they're portrayed to be about. And I'm conscious about that. And me and Mauro were talking, we're like, look, it's so set up for us to lose in a lot of ways, but this is the best generation to win. This is the best generation where we have the opportunities to create the life we want. Get into the best health. Get grass-fed steak, right? We have the opportunity to make videos like this, to speak on the things that we believe to be true, to learn as so much quicker. I mean, bro, the rate at which I'm learning at is exponentially. And the human brain isn't used to that. It's not used to that much knowledge and that much growth. And how that's going to affect us long term, I don't really know. But I'm grateful that I'm able to learn so much, because instead of just relying on my own knowledge and what I know, okay, I'm going to search for information that's going to allow me to grow. I'm going to learn from others that I want to be like. And that's the blessing about being born in this generation, because yes, it's so easy to fail, but it's so easy to win. Most people are so distracted on their phone watching bullshit. Most people are so distracted with lust, releasing their seed. I mean, bro, your kids are so valuable. That's life. You're destroying it. And we're taught that that's normal. We're taught that go to college 4 years, get with as many girls as you can, bust as many nuts as you can. And that's so cool. That's so cool. Drink as much as you can till you black out drunk, smoke weed. But that's so cool. That's why I'm saying whatever is societally accepted is the best way to know. That's how you destroy your life. Because Satan is the prince of this world. Right? One thing Mauro told me yesterday, he opened up my eyes. He said that our heel, it's like hell, right? Heel, hell. And then our head is heaven. Heaven, head, heaven. I was like, yo, I've never even thought about that before. Right? And it's true. It's true. The lower we go, the lower vibrational frequency, the lower goals we have, the lower aspirations we have, the lower we think, it's closer to hell. But the higher you go, the more you actually use your brain, the more you're actually thinking consciously, the more you're connected to Christ, to God, the closer you are to heaven. And it just makes you think, right? The other day I went to my doctor and, you know, we did a blood test. They saw my cholesterol and it was like super high. I think it was around 260 something. My bad cholesterol, the LDL or whatever, they said it was too high. They said I need to take pills. They said I need to stop eating as much red meat. I'm like, that's weird. I mean, this is the best I've ever felt, the best I've ever looked. And like, what else am I going to eat? Food that doesn't give me vitamins, like chicken? And I'm like, okay, I'll start eating less red meat. And I did, honestly. And then I go back, my cholesterol's still high, and they're like, yo, no, you have to take the pills. You have to take the pills. You have to take the pills. Like urging me. And I'm like, bro, I'm not taking those pills. And then I started doing more research. 75% of people who get heart attacks have considered low levels of cholesterol or average levels of cholesterol. People with high level of cholesterol only get 25% of the heart. It doesn't make sense. And then I started doing more research, and then it's like, bro, it's just lies. It's lies. I'm not claiming to be a doctor. I'm not claiming to know everything. I'm not claiming that I'm a medical expert. But what I am claiming is that from my personal experience, I felt the best when I started eating more red meat, when I started getting more sunlight. Right? Maybe there's a balance to it, right? I'm not a complete expert, but maybe you shouldn't eat it every day, or maybe, I don't know. But what I do know is that a lot of the things that we accept to be true are just straight cap. When I wasn't eating red meat and I was eating pork, chicken, like I still eat chicken, but not as much, right? Because it doesn't have as many nutrients. When I'm eating, fish is good for you. I'm not gonna lie. Fish has a lot of nutrients. But when I'm eating protein shakes, bro, guess what? I got symptoms. My acne would break out. That's a symptom that you're eating the wrong thing. But then they say, oh no, get Accutane. Oh yeah, put a bunch of chemicals on your face to get rid of the symptoms. And then you get rid of the symptoms. And then on the outside, yeah, you look clean, but on the inside, your body's a mess. That is when diseases come in, because you're covering up all these symptoms with the bullshit. And then you're not fixing the root issue. The root issue is always your lifestyle, your diet. Bro, you know how many chemicals are even in the toothpaste that we wear or use? The deodorant we wear. The polyester boxers you're wearing. You know how harmful that is for our body? It's killing your sperm cells. All three of those things are killing your sperm cells. Even the water you drink, it's flooded with fluoride, heavy metals. It's flooded with things that destroy us. And that's why it's so easy to lose, but it's also so easy to win. And I'm honestly, regardless of all these negative things, I think there's more benefits of living in 2026. There's way more benefits. I have the opportunity to achieve so much so quickly because I have the opportunity to learn quicker. And each and every one of you who are watching this video right now, you are on that same path. You are on that same path. And what I find myself doing is I only watch videos where I feel like I'm learning something. And if I'm not watching a video like that, I feel like I'm wasting my time. And it's a lot deeper than just our diet. I mean, look at the things we're ingesting, the music that's out here now, the movies, all these things, they separate you from your symptoms. Because if you're always distracted by a movie, by a YouTube video, not these type of videos, these are different. These are, educational. But if you're just watching like FaZe Rug or like, I don't know, Mr. Beast challenges videos, it's like, yes, they're entertaining, but when you go down the rabbit hole of only doing that, what happens is you're not thinking about your own life. You're not thinking about the problems you're going through. You're not overcoming battles. You're not facing, difficulties at all. And then what happens is that the problems in your life, you start to ignore them, because when you ingest distractions, it's the same thing as taking a pill to remove the symptoms. You don't remove the symptoms anymore. The same thing with music, right? I'm not perfect. I try to not listen to as much music, especially music that has, very bad lyrics, right? I used to hear people say this and I would be like, yo, that dude's a pussy, right? But then I actually started thinking about it, and I started seeing how the music was affecting how I thought. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it's right. Music is a vice. If it's worldly music, that is a vice. because you're just doing it out of your own pleasure. It's not actually bringing value to your life. It's not actually helping you. And it makes you feel a certain way that you don't really deserve to feel like, because you haven't done anything. The same thing with YouTube videos. Like, you feel good watching it, but you haven't done anything. And the more that you do tasks where you feel good doing it, but after you're done, you don't get anything back from it, is the more your potential is wasted, and the more the people that are in power are profiting off of your ignorance. Because they profit off of people who are too busy distracted that they don't have any time, or they don't have the energy or the effort to build up their life instead of destroying it. My screen time used to be like 8 hours, only consuming. Some days it'll be like 12. Bro, when I was younger, I mean, anytime I would scream, anytime I would misbehave, my parents would just throw an iPad in front of me. I mean, it's not their fault, but they just didn't know any better. And then I grew up with that habit. Anytime I feel emotion, iPad in front of my face. Anytime I feel sad or anytime I feel stressed, iPad in front of my face. Distract me. Let me not face my emotions. Let me distract myself. You do that on a long enough time frame, you don't even know who you are. You don't even know who you are. Because you've been constantly living other people's lives instead of conquering your own destructive habits. Instead of proving to yourself, okay, I'm going to do something I'm proud of, you're constantly living through the lives of other people. And it's the path of destruction. It's the path that Satan wants you to go down. But I hope that someone watching this video can start to realize and reflect on your own life about the things that you've been doing that are accepted by society. And I hope that someone watching this video can realize, bro, I have more potential than that. I'm never going to get these years back. Success leads to more success, and failure leads to more failure. Winning is easy. Winning is easy. But it all starts with understanding yourself. It all starts with knowing better. Because the moment you start knowing better is the moment you're going to start doing better. But yeah, I love you guys. I want to see you guys win. These are interesting topics, right? If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. And yeah, let's get it. Peace out.